Peace, 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 my beautiful, beautiful people tuning and tapping in. I will that this video has caught you in a very positive mind state, that you're feeling very grounded, balanced, and in alignment. I feel that life isn't treating you too harsh or too hard. And if it is, that this video lifts you up, lifts your spirits, and gives you some inspiration to see things in a more optimistic manner. Take this as your sign from Spirit that it's already all right. That situation that you are constantly ruminating over, pining over, stressing over, or just simply feeling overwhelmed about, that circumstance, it isn't going to be too much longer. Everything, every single thing that we experience in our lifetime, it is all designed to make us stronger, to give us a different outlook or have different insight. It is never designed to destroy us or to break our spirit. That can only happen when we misunderstand the reasonings for why that lesson is being taught by the universe. There may be something you're asking for, and Spirit is testing you to see if you're prepared for whatever it is you're asking for, to see if you're ready to take on whatever challenges that may be required for you to obtain that thing, that request. There are so many times where it feels like everything's working against us, especially if there are delays to prayers that we're sending up, petitions we may be sending to the Most High may seem like they're not being answered. But trust, you must keep it moving. You mustn't give in to the negative thoughts. You mustn't give in to the negative chatter. That is the tricknology the devil pulls to have you questioning whether or not that thing that you were so sure about is actually for you. Don't give up. Don't give in. And definitely don't submit your will. That's yours. Regardless of how things appear, we must always walk in faith. Walk with a knowing that whatever it is you're asking for is already yours. In fact, act as if what you've asked for is already yours. See, that is the beauty. That is the beauty of tricking the mind. That is the beauty of obtaining, of manifesting, of acquiring, is when you set your intention, beloveds, and you don't waver. Regardless of how things look, you don't waver. Even if you got people in your ear, the negative Nancys, the bitter Bettys, the lying Larrys, the Debbie Downers, all telling you how difficult it's going to be to acquire what you desire. How, it'll never work out for you because maybe their fears kept them paralyzed to try something different or to think outside of the box in the way that you do or the way that you have. Never listen to anyone else's chatter when it comes to your dreams. In fact, don't share your dreams with anyone outside of the Most High your angels, your ancestors. Keep that to yourself. Because in this lifetime, what you'll find is as long as you are doing bad, you won't be threatening to other people. They won't find you to be a threat. The moment you start thinking big and having dreams and having goals that you wish to fulfill that may be outside of someone else's comfortability level, they're going to try to talk you out of it. They're going to try to talk you down. They're going to try to plant seeds of doubt. And it's only their own fears that paralyze them. It's projection, beloveds. So that's why the best thing you could do is keep your business to yourself. Keep your dreams to yourself. Keep your ideas to yourself. Keep your good news to yourself. Watch how quickly, when you got bad news, people are so quick to respond. The moment you got good news, you'll barely get a congratulations. You'll barely get any type of praise. But let you have some bad news to share. Trust and believe. You'll have 150 messages. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Blase, blase, blah. Share some good news. Crickets. It's just the way some folks are built. They're designed to not be able to be happy for other people, perhaps because their lives are lacking. And it does not reflect anything on you. It just shows that crab in the barrel, the crab in the bucket mentality is a real thing. Some of these crabs are familiar faces. They could be family. They could be so-called friends. They could be colleagues. They could be bosses. They could be your neighbors. Whomever it is, whatever it is, do not allow that to deter you from achieving your goals, from pursuing your dreams. That's why I find it to be the best thing to not share, to not divulge. Sometimes when you divulge too much, you may experience blockages, delays. You might have some stagnancy in acquiring a particular goal or achieving something that you are working so hard at. And you know what's causing the stagnancy is the people that is wishing you bad, that you thought you can confide in. The same people you thought that you could entrust with your personal business could very well be having negative thoughts about you achieving this goal. So it's best to keep that information to yourself, as harsh as it sounds. Sometimes you don't have any allies. As harsh as it sounds, your only ally is yourself. The only person you could trust is yourself. There's an old saying, you're born alone, so you're going to die alone. And the gist of what that meaning is saying is that you really can't fully trust anyone outside of yourself, beloved. And this isn't a negative thing. I think it's only natural for you to show self-preservation, for you to prioritize yourself. It's a fight or flight situation out here. And sometimes the jealousy and envy that people project is just a display of their own insecurities. And it's not necessarily their hatred or vitriol towards you. It's their lack of confidence within themselves. But that still doesn't change the fact that the way that they are thinking about you, or the way that they are thinking about your circumstance, be it They always seem to succeed. Everything always goes right for them. I'm so pissed off. Why are they sharing their good news? They're bragging. And then they have these negative thought processes which affects how quickly what you're working towards manifests in this physical reality. Because you shared that idea with someone that does not wish you well, that doesn't want to see you succeed. So I say all of this to say that in life, you're going to have to learn that sometimes you have no allies. Your only ally is yourself, is your higher self, a higher power. It definitely isn't that so-called friend that you've had for 15, 20 years. And I'm not saying all friends are out here plotting on their friends, but I'm definitely saying that it's best to not share than to share. Because the people you're sharing with could be the very reason why you're experiencing the delays, why you're experiencing blockages, why there's stagnancy in your life. Because the way you're praying over your family and your friends and your loved ones, they're praying on your downfall. It's a very, very sticky situation. So you must always prioritize you. And the way you do that is you take care of you. Talk to you. Share your good news with yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Pour all of that positive energy into whatever it is that you're manifesting, whatever it is that you're working on. Jot your ideas down. Journal. You know what I'm talking about? Talk to the Most High. Take it out to nature. Share it with the trees, with the animals, with the animal totems. But for whatever it is that you are experiencing some sense of stagnancy, it has nothing to do sometimes with what you're doing or how you're doing it. It has everything to do with who you're sharing it with. So stop sharing. Stop divulging. Stop feeling like you gotta be obligated to checking in with other people to see what they think and feel about your grand ideas. These are your ideas. You're birthing something new. It's coming from you. You are the mother to that style. Be the divine feminine, divine masculine that doesn't need or require validation from others. Because it's that same validation that you're seeking from others which is causing the stagnancy, beloveds. It's causing the stagnancy. Be comfortable being alone. Be comfortable. Get comfortable. That's a very comfortable position to be in. You don't want to feel overcrowded. You know what I'm talking about? Get comfortable in your own skin. Get to know you. To the point where you can be at peace whether you are alone or not. If you are someone who requires constant attention, or you got to constantly be into things, to do things, to be out and about at the club or around people, or you need people to be around you and you don't like to be alone, that means you got a lot of internal work to do, beloved. There's a lot of work that's required for you to do so that you can find peace in your solitude. Your solitude is a gift. It's a blessing. That's how you birth new ideas. That's how you birth new versions of yourself. That's how you're allowed to look deep within the depths of your own being to see what you may need to get rid of and what you may need to add on. You got to get comfortable in your own skin. So many people fear looking in the mirror. And you have to love that person that's looking back at you. You gotta get familiar with that person, with that reflection in the mirror, that version of you. Because it's still you. And that's the authentic version of you. That's the part of you that you may not show other people. Because there's something within you that you may not like or love about you. So you have to get to know yourself. Sometimes, most times, that solitude, that's the strength. That's how you build your character, beloveds. Is learning to get comfortable alone and knowing that you don't require anybody else. And I'm talking about in terms of just emotional support, but even financial support. Get comfortable being able to take care of yourself. Get comfortable. Because that's the only way you can show and prove your independence. Your independence, which is the foundation. You hear me say that a lot. It's the foundation for your stability. It's the foundation for your security. It's the foundation for your happiness. It's the foundation for your peace of mind. When other people and the chatter of the outside world is something that you have to constantly be around in order to feel a sense of peace or to feel like you're a part of something, that means that you are not comfortable in your own skin. That means that you always are seeking external validation. That you look to other people to give you some sort of approval. And that is the loneliest place to be, beloved. Because if you rely on external forces to give you approval, then you being lied to all the time. Because most people out here don't even know themselves. They've not even begun to work on themselves. They haven't even begun to get to know themselves. So how they gonna tell you something about you if they don't even know who they are? I'm telling you, this journey, man, this journey is something real. This is not for play. This is not for the weak. This is not for the meek. You have to love thyself. All aspects of yourself, even the ugly parts of you. You got to make peace with the dark side. Because the dark side is still you. The dark and the light, that's the fusion of yin and yang. That's that yin-yang energy. The light and the dark comes together to make you. So that dark version of you, the parts that you are afraid to look at in the mirror, is the parts of you that you have to make peace with. You cannot allow people to tell you who you are. You cannot submit your will to people. Because people are just as vulnerable. People are just as imperfect. And they can get it wrong too. That's why you have to rely on your own wonderful self. Know the beauty that you possess. The beauty of knowing thyself. The beauty of everything that it requires to love thyself, to heal thyself. That is a journey that is not for the meek, for the weak-minded. It is a journey that is required, but it is also something that people, they kind of shy away from doing because it takes too much. You know how easy it is to fake the funk? You know how easy it is to pretend, to put on a mask, to put on a facade? It's far easier to parade around as something you're not than to figure out who you actually are. So I'm sending you off with this message. This message is to inspire whomever in whatever way to keep going, keep it moving, and get comfortable in your own skin, beloved. I'm telling you, it may be difficult initially, but it gets easier and it gets more fulfilling. You learn so much about yourself, and in learning more about yourself, you learn more about your environment. You learn more about the people around you, because you get more connected to the feelings, your sensations, your sixth sense kicks in. You're able to speak energy. You're able to pick up on the energy, the intention of people. So I'm sending you off with this beautiful message of continue to be true to yourselves, love yourself, regardless of where you may be kind to yourself. If you're going through a tough time right now, know that you are loved. You are loved dearly. Even if you're loving yourself, even if you're the only one loving yourself, that's the only love that matters sometimes. But know that you're loved. If you feel absent of love, I'm sending you love. I'm sending you a big old heart emoji from my heart chakra to yours. Heal thyself. The healing is necessary. Whatever you're going through and growing through, trust me, it gets easier the more you trust the process and not resist. And pay attention to whatever signs and synchronicities the universe is sending you, because there's always a reason for what you're experiencing. There may be a prayer that you're praying, something you're specifically asking for. And so it's going to require a little more work. Don't give up. Keep it moving. You are loved, beloved. Ashe.